The power of hugs. Maybe you've heard it said that each time the summers embrace you warmly, your life is extended by one more days. Of course, there is no way of verifying whether this is actually the case, but none of us will have any trouble understanding the message. When we find that things are getting tough, a one wordless embrace can have more the healing power than a logical point by point exploration of why things are so difficult. Also, I cannot get rid of your pain. I will still stand by your side and stick with you even during the most difficult time. The warmest way of explaining this is through a hug. When I first came to the United States, it took a long time for me to get used to the Western way of greeting someone. Instead of bowing the politely in the traditional Korean way, I had to run the casual, unreserved way that friends greet each other, a quick nod and hi when you pass each other. On the street, I had to learn that a handshake is not just grasping the other's hand, but also involves smiling, looking the other straight in the eyes, and ensuring that your grip is not too strong and not too weak. But overall, the various methods of greeting someone, the one that took me the longest to get used to was a hug. Especially since becoming a monk, I had become used to greeting people by 합장, putting my palms together in front of my chest and bowing from the waist, opening my arms wide and embrace someone made me feel somewhat shy and awkward. But of course, a greeting is not something that one does alone. If you parting from someone and she open her arms to hugging you, hold out your hand for handshake not only will make the first but also suggest that you want to keep some distance, which could seem impolite, but after a while, once my relationship with a friend or colleague had become sufficiently close, I learned to the hug the mysterious the initial awkwardness has gradually disappeared, replaced with a sense of fellowship, intimacy, and warmth.